New information on that Whataburger worker accused of stealing a customer's credit card info to pay her court fines. Police have given her a week to turn herself in, but they learned she has since fled the state. As Fox 5's Doug Evans reports, since her story hit the news, she wants a second chance to surrender.
Senoia police tell me that 25-year-old Aleefa Sumpter wants a do-over when it comes to turning herself in. The internet has already dubbed the Whataburger worker one of the dumbest criminals after she allegedly used stolen credit card information from a drive-thru customer to pay her own court fines. Police.
One thing about my content that I really want to give advice to folks. Hopefully it helps out. And one advice I can give to you is never or give your card information through the drive-thru to a total stranger. Because you can't see what they're doing with their card. They'll take the card and with their phone, they'll just take a picture, a snapshot of your information. And next thing you know, you're getting random charges. And then, yeah, this is pretty dumb because they can track, and you and me know, we know what time it is, but apparently this person didn't. So my advice, I always try to carry cash, at the ready, or you can use a prepaid card as well. So with a prepaid card, you can put money in there and then it's not linked to your account. For example, Navy Federal, Navy Federal has a prepaid card and you can load money into your card. And if that card gets compromised, then your main account's not messed with. So, it's a win.
They say back in January, Sumpter was working the drive-thru at this Noonan Whataburger. A customer reported to Senoia police that his credit card information was used to pay $400 in fines at the Coweta County State Court Probation Office. Investigators say they simply searched whose fines got paid. They say it was Sumpter, and her info revealed she worked at Whataburger. They asked the victim if he...
I want to say this, and this needs to be said. Black people, when you mess up, it's guaranteed they are gonna blow your picture up. One of the main problems that the black community have is media. Black people have to control how they're viewed, in public. And when you do stuff like this, especially with melanated women with the crazy hair, the loudness, the attitude, the abrasiveness, people are having this fatigue of it. And guess what? They're gonna do everything they can to blow you up on screen. And they made her a special case. Bolo, be on the lookout. Don't trust this bitch. You know? And is she cross-eyed? And she's cross-eyed. So they're gonna blow you up and make you look crazy, And it's crazy. Excuse me. But just carry yourself accordingly. You wanna get to the point where you graduate high school and you get the skills that people are willing to pay for. But when you don't, and you have to get like regular jobs and the bills not coming in, the bills need to be paid and other issues. Um, you know, you got to deal with kids and a whole lot of issues. Then people will do desperate things. So people are opportunists when you allow them to be. So don't freely give up your card information if you cannot see what they're doing with it. And most times you see at the drive-through or shady restaurants where you give your card and then they take to the back and you can't see what they're doing. If you're not at the front counter where you give your card and and they do a transaction that way, don't give your card. Always have cash in hand on you, especially at the drive-through, because no disrespect, but a lot of people that's not really financially set, tend to work at these type of places, and you know they hire people that have like certain background issues, and I'll leave it like that. But you know, just take my advice. Don't freely give up your credit card or debit card, in the window, and you can't see what these people are doing with it.
If he'd been to the burger joint. They say he said yes, he had. And he later picked her out of a lineup. Coweta County took out a warrant for probation violation. Senoia police took out felony warrants for identity theft and credit card fraud. Keep in mind, Sumpter's probation was just for
Oh, they
misdemeanor
loaded it up.
pot possession, so things have escalated significantly. Authorities gave her until Friday to turn herself in, but they say she didn't. On Monday, they learned she'd skipped the state. After her story appeared on Fox 5 and on social media, seemingly everywhere, police say she contacted them, asking to turn herself in on Wednesday.
She's taken quite a hammering on social media. She made a mistake. She's not an awful person, but obviously made a bad mistake, and hopefully she'll learn from it and move on. Am I confident she's going to turn herself in? No.
Yeah, I'm sorry the face he made when I froze it, but this is why man leadership has to be back in the home. So you know when you let women do their own agency, this is what you get. And then sit up there and want a do over. And that lets you know that women really think of themselves being that special, that no rules apply to them, and reality hits. But it took social media to actually clown her, to make her, okay, let me turn myself in. Can I do a do over? No, it doesn't work that way. And you can tell that she never really grew up. She probably got in trouble, and she thought she was cute and do a little, little eyes and the little Puss in Boots eyes. Sitting down is kind of crazy. And then she got off. But you're an adult now, and then when you do stuff like this, they're gonna hammer you, especially if you're melanated. They're gonna blow you up, make you an example. And you heard the list of charges. I mean, they just slapping charges like they throwing shit against the wall to see what sticks. And that's what they're gonna do to you, black folks. They're gonna throw all that crap against the wall, and they're gonna try and make it stick. And then you're up there, oh, she made a mistake, man. He don't give a damn. I mean, all due respect, the camera's on, but he's probably like, we got another one. Law enforcement treat treat black people like Pokemon. They got to catch them all. So it's on you to make sure that as the man, you set the tone in the household, you set the rules, and especially for the children. The woman presides over the children according to the structure what the man put out. You know, that's where religions. No one turn into a religion, but that's where religion. No matter what, excuse me, no matter where, that they all had a patriarch led setup, and then this is what's happening. Do what you want. You know, you know, can't tell me nothing, and that's what you have. Your kid's gonna grow up to be whatever that comes their way, delinquency. All right.
But we'll see.
Police say they have good reason to be skeptical, but they say they also don't mind giving her another chance to do the right thing. In Senoia, Doug Evans, Fox 5 News.
Yeah, they gonna clown this chick. So if she doesn't come in, they're gonna clown this chick. I don't know if she did come in or whatnot. I just saw that they labeled this person the dumbest criminal wanted in Georgia. So, and they already think the the lowest of the low about you. Oh my God, what's up in the corner? Tesla thief test his luck a second time. Black people, you gotta change, and it starts with the black men leading that change in the household. Have your own place, have your own setup. Black man, you need to be competent, intelligent, and assertive. Competent, intelligent, and assertive. The women will follow, and then if they want to follow you, then you need to let them know how it is. Also, same thing with the children. No more helicopter parenting, none of that. And if your woman does not want to follow a man, then you gotta let her go. Trust me, there's plenty of women that will follow once you got your stuff together. It's sad, I know people are laughing, but it's really sad that the YouTube and internet is full of videos of black people just doing stupid shit.